psychoanalytical paradigm by Sigmund Freud and his classical psychoanalysis. He has a view of human nature. According to Sigmund Freud, human beings are biological organisms motivated by satisfaction of the bodily needs. All behavior have reason. Nothing happens by chance. Not even accidents. So, minor mistakes like slips of the tongue or whatever you do that makes a mistakes, according to him, it is the manifestation of your unconscious motives.
Oh, Jen, are you going home? Yes. I have a new car and I will ride you home. By the way, where is your house?
I live in in community homes, I mean.
Okay.
Because you know we are rich. My driver will pick me. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, sige, bye.
According to Sigmund Freud, the mind is made up of three components: the id,
The
ego,
id.
and the subject.
Freud says that the child is born with the id. The id plays the vital role in one's personality because it works so that the person's essential needs are met. It represents on the pleasure principles. It focuses on immediate gratification or satisfaction of its needs. So whatever feels good now is what it will pursue with no consideration for the reality, logically or practically, of the situation.
Oh no, my ballpen is empty.
The ego. The ego operates the reality principle. It is aware that others also have their needs to be met. It is practical because it knows that being impulsive or selfish can result to negative consequences later. So it reasons and considers the best response to the situations. Just
Oh
like
no,
this.
my ballpen is empty. Bam,
Yes?
can I borrow your ballpen?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Superego, it is embodies a person moral aspect. It is the light to conscience because it exerts influence on what one considers. You consider right or wrong. Just like this. Oh no, my ballpen is empty. Bam,
Yes?
can I borrow your ballpen?
But I'm not finished writing.
Ah, you didn't finish right. Okay, just finish right. Then later I will borrow your ballpen.
The goal of the psyche is to maintain and regain an acceptable level of equilibrium that maximizes pleasure and minimizes tension. According to Freud, we have anxiety, which is human beings experiences an extreme form of anxiety when they are separated from their parents, and this is what he called the birth trauma. So the function of anxiety is to warn us that if we continue thinking or behaving a certain way, we will be in danger. He identified three kinds of anxiety. The first one is the reality anxiety, the second one is the neurotic anxiety, and the third one is the moral anxiety.
The alternative approach to anxiety is distorting or denying the real situation. The ego protects the personality by falsifying the nature of the threat. This is sometimes called defense mechanism. So there are 7 types of defense mechanism. First is the repression. Second, displacement. Third, identification. Fourth, reaction formation. Fifth, projection. Sixth, rationalization. And the last one is regression.
So repression, one of the defense mechanisms according to Sigmund Freud. So it occurs when the ego prevents anxiety-provoking thoughts from being entertained in the conscious level. The thoughts may either be those innately part of the id or in repression proper. This is the example of repression.
Miss, hold up!
Huh?
Give me your bag!
No! This is my bag!
Give me your bag or else I will kill you!
So the second Defense mechanism, according to Simon Freud, is displacement. This is the substitution of one's catesis by another, the person's true desire. So when displacement results in something beneficial, it is called sublimation. Impulses toward destruction or less threatening objects are called displaced aggression. So this is an example.
Our professor had a fight with his wife before he goes to school. So that's why when he enters the classroom, this is what happens.
Okay, class, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, pass your project.
Project, sir. We don't have project, sir.
I said pass your project.
But sir, you don't give us any project. Yes, sir.
I give you a project yesterday. So now, pass your project. Or else, I will feed you the subject.
But sir, you said the project will be for next to be passed.
No, this afternoon you're going to pass your project. Or else I will fail you.
We don't have a project, sir. We didn't-
Pass it down. By class.
What happened to you?
So another defense mechanism is rationalization. It is justifying behavior or thoughts that are anxiety provoking. This is an example of rationalization.
Oh, I'm hungry, but I don't have any money anymore. What will I do?
Hi, Jen.
Hi!
Let's have some merienda.
A merienda? No, thanks. I'm full.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm full. Because
Okay.
you know, we're rich. We have many food at the house.
Okay, bye. I'm so hungry.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
You know,
Freud believed the psychosexual stages of development. According to her, every child goes through a sequence of developmental stages. Experiences during these stages will cater and determine the child his or her adult personality characteristics. At this stage has an erogenous zone, which is the greatest source of stimulation and pleasure during the stage.
Freud uses the term fixation to describe what occurs when a person does not progress normally from stage to stage. So he has 5 psychosexual stages of development. The first one is the oral stage, second one is the anal stage, third one is the phallic stage, then the fourth one is the latency, and the fifth one is the genital stage.